may be too much for the market, may be too much to sell out at that period of time. Therefore, there will be need to store and save some to the time that they will be needed, to the time that there will be need for such in the market. Therefore, storage and processing facilities are very required. Also, it requires special skills and technical education and labor. That is, it's not a system of farming that just anybody can embark on. Why? Because it involves a large area of land, it involves a huge capital investment, and it involves just the use of machine. Therefore, the skills, the labor that will be working on such farming should have some level of education, some level of technical know-how on how to operate and how to take care of the farming, so that the required and expected output will be achieved, so that the farmers and the farming activities will not go unlost. Therefore, it's very important that not just anybody will go for it. And also, it requires special marketing strategies. Special marketing strategies because the major aim of embarking on such farming activities is for commercial purpose. And for commercial purpose means to make profit. In that case, the output and the product that is being produced need to be sold. And people that will get it, the customers that will get it from the market need some level of advertisement before they can acquire such in the market. So all form of marketing strategies that can be used and employed in order to attract better and quality customers is very, very needed and important. Another component is cooperative farming. Here, farmer comes together to form a union for the purpose of farming together in order to enable them enjoy some incentives from government, such as loan, such as fertilizer or subsidies and so on. When that happened, we refer to it as cooperative farming. That is, they come together in order to put effort together, to join resources together in order to embark on farming activities. They do this, one of the reasons is to enjoy the benefits from the government, such as getting loan easily. It will be easy for such cooperative farming to get loans from the government and to get fertilizer and some other benefits from government or other international bodies. What are the characteristics of cooperative farming? One, it is a union of farmers. That is, series of farmers come together in agreement to embark on such activities. Two, they may produce one type of crops or livestock, or they may go on different type of crops. It depends on their agreement and their targets. Three, it has organized markets for their products. Since different farmers are involved, they will put their effort together in order to get a very good and well-organized market for their products. So they have enough hand to put all necessary things in place in order to get good markets for their products. And also, output is usually high because of resources put together by the farmers. That is, since they are more than one, and each of them possibly will be a specialist in one area or the other, their efforts put together, their resources put together, their technical know-how put together will really bring out a huge amount of output, a huge quantity of output at the end of the day when they are harvesting. That is the benefit of cooperative farming, because coming together of different farmers will be a big benefit to them. Importance of agriculture to economic development of West Africa. What are the importance of agriculture? Agriculture provides foods. That is the first importance. Two, provision of materials for clothing and some other raw materials to the industries. It is from the agricultural practices that we get all this. Three, creation of employment opportunities. we earlier said that agriculture, though is being practiced at the subsistence level in West Africa, yet it provides up to 60 to 75% of employment opportunities in so many West African countries. Therefore, that is another importance of agriculture to economic development of West African countries. Another importance is the source of foreign exchange. Agriculture also serves as a source of foreign exchange for so many West African countries. Also, generation of income. From agricultural practices in so many West African countries, the government of such countries gets income from them. Also, provision of materials for shelter, like those that involve in forestry. One of the provision and the outputs is to provide materials for shelter like timbers and the rest. Also, provision of raw materials for industries. Industry also gets raw materials from agriculture. These are some of the importance of agriculture to economic development of West African country. Problems of agricultural development in West Africa. Despite all this importance that I was mentioned earlier, yet agriculture also face some challenges in West African countries. Many developing countries in West Africa are faced with numerous problems which militate against the development of agriculture. Despite having up to 60 to 75% of their labor force in agriculture, West African countries still find it difficult to provide for their own domestic food requirements, so much that they still need to import some food crops from other countries. There has been a decline in the contribution of agriculture to their gross domestic product, which is GDP of those countries. Because of this, the following are some of the reasons that account for the low productivity of so many West African countries. One, land tenure system. Land tenure system in West African countries discourages farmers from acquiring land for large-scale farming. This is one of the major problems in West Africa. Two, inadequate finance and credit facility. So many West African countries are poor to provide enough finance and credit facilities for farmers. And those that are rich enough, they lack the interest in agricultural practice in West Africa. Therefore, they give agriculture low priority and give small or little amount of money as credit facility. And this is one of the major problems. Three, poor transportation system. Poor transportation system in West Africa also serve as a problem for agriculture, because most of the products produced in the bush or the farm were not able to be transported to the market on time or in good condition because of the poor transportation system. Also, we have inadequate storage and processing facilities. Processing facilities and storage facilities are very important in agriculture because those are the ones that help us to have our products kept and stored for a long time till the time they are needed, not to be consumed immediately, and those that were not able to be consumed immediately, they need to be stored so that they will not get spoiled on time. But when these are lacking, it becomes a problem. Another one, illiteracy of the farmer. West African countries have a huge number of illiterate farmers that knows little or nothing about farming education. Therefore, it affects how they practice because their level of understanding of how to go about the effective farming is very low. Another one, the use of crude implements. There is little to which a farmer can go with the use of crude implements because it should be strenuous, so challenging, and yield little output. In that case, that is another challenge. And the last one, lack of social amenities. such as electricity, such as good road, as mentioned earlier, such as good water for irrigation in dry season, and so on. Though these are the challenges that West African countries are facing in order to get their desired output at the end of the day. Another challenge is unfavorable climatic condition. Some part of the West African countries are facing unfavorable climatic conditions, especially the northern part of some of the country. Their climatic condition is not good enough for some production of crops and foods. Then we have problem of pests and diseases. Pests and diseases, they spread as much as they desire because there are no enough chemical and some other drugs to use for our crops to be able to combat all these pests and diseases. Then we have rural-urban drift. A lot of people, a larger percentage of the population, desire, especially the capable ones, the young ones, and able-bodied men and women, usually move from the rural area to urban centers in search for better jobs, in search for better opportunities, and this reduces the volume of the capable and able men in the rural area, where there are enough land, enough resources for farming activities. Because of this, is becoming